Okay, rewind. Anytime.
For the bright side of branding, business, and being your own boss.
Hey boss, it's Sunny Lenarduzzi. Welcome to The Sunny Show for the bright side of branding, business, and being your own boss. And sometimes when you're running a business and also trying to have a life, it seems like there aren't enough hours in the day. But I am telling you, recovering workaholic, that it's possible to have both. But you just need to have a few secret weapons in your arsenal to make it actually happen. So in this video, I'm gonna share my 3 secrets for how I get done every day. Secret number 1 is my routines. I am such a big believer in daily routines, and my morning routine, I swear, is one of the biggest reasons why I can get so much done in the day and why I feel so productive. So here's how I break down my morning routine. First thing is wake up at 6:30 and I figure out my why. So my why is my goals. So I've written out all of my goals for the year, and if you haven't watched it yet, I have a whole video on how to set goals that stick, and you can find that below this video. I then meditate and get really clear and just focus on my breath before I touch any technology or even get out of bed, because I want to make sure that I'm on my time, not anybody else's time. The next thing I do is I name 3 things that I'm grateful for, so I always start the day with a positive mindset. The next thing and the final thing is get up and get moving. So I always do exercise. Well, I try to always do exercise first thing in the morning, because I know if I don't do it first thing in the morning, I'm gonna get busy and probably not do it for the rest of the day, and then I won't feel very good about myself or about how productive I was that day. And for my nighttime routine, one of the biggest keys to being productive for me is I write down my to-do list for the next day, and I highlight the top 3 things I have to get done the next day. Those are my non-negotiables. If I don't get those done, I'm not gonna feel like I actually accomplished what I need to accomplish, and it keeps me focused on the major tasks at hand as opposed to getting distracted by all the little things that I need to do. So I know that I'll wake up the next day with a plan and exactly what I need to do and get those 3 big projects tackled first thing in the morning. Secret number 2 is prioritize. So I'm not perfect, nobody's perfect, but I try and put my main priorities at the top of my to-do list and my schedule for each day. And to be perfectly honest, my 2 non-negotiables every single day are to eat 3 healthy meals and to exercise. If I don't do those things, I'm not gonna feel good, and so I'm not gonna do my best work. So those are my absolute non-negotiables every day. And then I also prioritize, and this might sound selfish, but I'm okay with it. I prefer to refer to it as self-love, and it's putting myself first. So every morning when I wake up, I give myself at least an hour of not touching my phone. Because as I kind of mentioned before, if I go on my phone first thing in the morning and I'm checking Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and my email, I'm getting requests and comments and sometimes not so nice things said to me, and that's how my day starts off. So it's starting off on a reactive note as opposed to a proactive note, and on my time and my schedule, and being productive and actually getting what I want to get done that day as opposed to reacting to everything else going on. So those are the keys to me prioritizing my day, but other little things that I do that really help are scheduling. I schedule content ahead of time, so it frees up space for me on a day-to-day basis, both mentally and also just from a time-wise, to focus on, like I said, the major projects I need to get done. So scheduling content on Facebook and Twitter and even on Instagram well in advance allows me to not have to think about that content and what I want to post on a day-to-day basis. So that's another main key to being super productive every day. And then finally, this is a little secret that I always share when people ask about my productivity: email. Email is such a time suck, as I mentioned, and so I try to save 3 blocks in the day for when I actually check email, so I'm not constantly on it and constantly reacting to everybody else instead of getting my shit done. So basically, I block off 9 a.m., noon, and 5 p.m. to go into my email, check them, and respond to anything that's urgent. And I don't try and tackle everything at once. If there's a million messages in there, I only go through and tackle the things that need to be responded to in that moment. But yeah, trying to block off specific times during the day, 3 times a day, to check your email as opposed to constantly having it open will change your life. Secret number 3 is ask for help. And believe me, this took me a long time to learn, but I'm so glad that it finally knocked me over the head and I actually did it. So the first step to asking for help, if you're in a position to, is hire a team. And I did not feel like I was ready when I did hire my first team member, but I just made the leap and it worked out. And here's how you kind of have to think about it. The moment that you bring somebody on to help you in your business, you're actually investing in the growth of your business, because you're gonna hit a wall and you're gonna hit a ceiling if you continue to run things completely by yourself. So see team members and hires as an investment in your growth as a business. The other thing is, if you aren't quite ready to hire someone on full time, outsource the smaller tasks, i.e. video editing, managing your schedule. And you can do these things through Fiverr, it's a great resource, or Upwork, where you can hire freelancers to do these little jobs for you, or hire, for example, a graphic designer on a regular basis and a project by project basis as opposed to full time. And then finally, having some systems and some processes for what you do on a day-to-day basis, a week-to-week basis, and a month-to-month basis set up in your business will save you so much time. And as much as you can, try and anticipate what is coming up and what projects you're gonna have to work on, and create work back schedules for yourself so you know what needs to be done by when, and you're not trying to figure it out on the fly, because that can drive you crazy and also waste a lot of your time. Now, here are a few of my secret weapons for actually getting this done on a day-to-day basis. The first one is Asana. It's a project management system, and it also allows us to coordinate as a team and assign different projects and tasks to different members of our team. It is a godsend, seriously. Start using Asana as soon as you possibly can. The next thing is Hootsuite. We use Hootsuite to schedule a lot of our content in advance, even months in advance, so we don't have to think about it. And then iCal is what I use to manage my calendar and make sure that I have everything set up ahead of time and have a clear view of what's coming up as far as events, speaking engagements, launches. They're all there in front of me. And on top of that, we use a content calendar to plan our content even a year in advance sometimes. So again, we can anticipate what's coming and work back from there. So you now understand how I get shit done on a day-to-day basis, but you may want to use this content calendar to get you up and running with these processes and these systems. So I put a link below this video to explain how to use the content calendar in a video tutorial that I created. And I also have a link to download my content calendar template so that you can use it for your business. And if you're feeling frustrated and alone as an entrepreneur or in your business, make sure you join the Be Your Own Boss Mastermind group on Facebook, which is full of thousands of entrepreneurs from all over the world, sharing tips and tricks and strategies to get stuff done every single day and also to grow their businesses on their terms. I will see you in there. And if you like this video, hit the like button below, share it with your friends, and be sure to subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.
The Sunny Show.